All right, let's set the scene. After 3 wild seasons, The Summer I Turned Pretty just dropped its finale, and people are basically rioting on the internet. We've got Team Conrad pulling victory dances, Team Jeremiah posting heartbreak, TikToks. Oh, and Jenny Han says, it's really, truly the end. Belly's love triangle is over. Paris, a train, a reunion. And yes, she chose Conrad. Was Team Jeremiah heartbroken? Or Team Conrad victorious? The Summer I Turned Pretty just said goodbye forever, with 25 million viewers and endless heartbreak. No, Season 4, just a farewell. We unpack the finale on the Zebratruth podcast. And of course, the sad news that Hollywood bids farewell to Robert Redford, a cinematic legend and advocate for change who passed at 89. Jane, how did you react when that Paris reunion hit our screens?
Honestly, my group chat just exploded. Half of us were sobbing. The other half were like, wait, that's it? The Paris arc felt cinematic, but also a tiny bit like fan service, you know? But I will say, Belly's growth was real. She wasn't just choosing between 2 guys. She was finally choosing herself, in a way. Even if that self immediately hopped a train back to Conrad.
I mean, can you blame her? Paris is the city of love, but apparently, Cousins Beach has better Wi-Fi and more emotional baggage. There's just something about this finale that feels bigger than a typical YA drama. It's like everyone's fighting for their own narrative, fans, characters, even the writers.
Yeah, and that's why the debates online got so intense. People are projecting their own hopes, disappointments, even politics onto these characters. It's wild this love triangle almost became a stand-in for every tough choice you face in life, or even in democracy. And when you're young, those choices feel like the end of the world.
It's fascinating you say that because a lot of critics called the finale predictable, like the safe pick. The show followed the books, wrapped things up with a neat bow, but fans showed up in droves, 25 million in the first week. Do you think that safe choice let people down? Or is that what we actually needed?
There's the million-dollar question. On one hand, it's comfort food, TV, nostalgia, destiny, closure. Conrad fans got their wish, and Jenny Han really honored the original trilogy. But there's a risk, too. When stories avoid risk, they can get formulaic. Jeremiah was barely more than a plot device by the end, and the Paris detour gorgeous, but maybe just a fancy delay before the inevitable.
Totally. It's almost like democracy itself. Play it safe, everyone stays mostly happy, take a risk, and you might shake things up for the better or leave people totally rattled. I wonder if TSITP could have pushed for a messier, more unexpected ending, the way real life often works.
For sure, but then you risk the fans revolting. Sometimes, especially in this polarized era, people crave a resolution that feels fair, even if it's predictable. It's no accident Amazon greenlit a Paris arc they wanted to explore more, but didn't want to break what's already working. Kind of like politicians who campaign on change, but end up tweaking the same old system.
Ha! So you're saying Belly is basically a moderate candidate? I can see that. Maybe we should have had a third-party suitor for maximum drama. If we zoom out, the show isn't just about ships and heartbreak. It's about growing up in a world that pressures you to pick sides, right? I keep thinking about the way fans split between Team Conrad and Team Jeremiah. It's so tribal, almost like politics. What do you think TSITP is saying about modern society?
Couldn't agree more. The split is almost allegorical. It's like we're all pushed to pick a team, root for one ending, ignore the gray areas. Belly's journey, especially in Paris, was about self-discovery, but it also highlighted how hard it is to break free from those outside pressures, family, friends, the whole internet shouting their opinion.
Exactly, and the finale put a spotlight on self-awareness versus crowd-pleasing. She had to step back, figure out what she wanted beneath all the noise. Reminds me of how, in democracy, we talk about voting your conscience versus voting for what's popular or even for what will just keep your family from yelling at you at Thanksgiving.
And it shows how complicated real growth island. Sometimes the healthiest choice is the messiest one, or the one that makes you unpopular, at least for a while. In a way, the show's bittersweet ending is a call for more empathy, both for the characters and for ourselves when we're faced with impossible choices.
Funny how a teen love triangle can end up feeling like a civic lesson, right? Maybe we all need our own Paris arc time away to figure out what we really want. So if we're talking about messy endings and real-world stakes, let's get into hope. Some folks found the finale uplifting, others just got nostalgic whiplash. Is there a real lesson in all this about how we find hope, whether in love stories or democracy?
Hope is complicated. The show gives us a happy ending, but not a perfect one. Belly chooses, but she's still got growing to do. That's actually kind of inspiring. Like, you can make a choice, commit, and still have more learning ahead. And in society, maybe we need more of that outlook progress without pretending everything's solved.
I like that. It's not about a flawless finale, but about second chances and the courage to keep moving, even if the path isn't crystal clear. And maybe, just maybe, we should trust ourselves more than the noisy crowd, whether we're picking a partner or a policy.
Or, at the very least, trust that if you mess it up, there's probably another train or voting booth coming your way soon enough. The point is, there's no final act in real life, just new chapters.
All right, before we say goodbye forever, at least for today, let's wrap up. We've seen how TSITP isn't just a beachside romance. It's an unsettling mirror for how we deal with choices, values, and even the messiness of democracy. Jane, if there's one thing you hope listeners take away from this finale and our chat, what is it?
I hope people remember to question the narrative every story, even the ones that make us swoon, has layers. Whether you're Team Conrad, Team Jeremiah, or just Team Let Belly Breathe, ask yourself, what's behind the hype? Are you rooting for comfort, for change, or just for the conversation?
Perfectly said. So next time you're caught up in the drama on TV or in real life, take a beat, dig for the nuance, and maybe even start your own messy, honest dialogue. That's how we build better stories and, hey, maybe even better democracies. On another topic, Hollywood mourns the loss of Robert Redford, the legendary actor, director, and founder of the Sundance Film Festival, who passed away at 89. Known for classics like Butch, Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and All the President's Men, Redford's career spanned decades, earning him an Oscar and global admiration. Barbra Streisand called him one of the Lions, while Ethan Hawke praised his dedication to independent cinema. The Cannes Film Festival highlighted his unparalleled elegance. Redford was also a passionate environmentalist and advocate for Native American rights. His Sundance Institute transformed indie filmmaking, and his Redford Center championed environmental causes. Despite past political differences, even Donald Trump acknowledged his cinematic contributions. Redford's legacy as an artist and activist ensures his influence will endure, leaving an indelible mark on both Hollywood and global activism.
Here's to more drama, more dialogue, and never settling for the easy narrative. Okay? On that positive note, that is a wrap for today then. Well, thanks to everyone for listening to the Daily World Pod by Zebratruth. If you learned something today, or got a little fired up, share the episode, subscribe, and stay tuned. We'll be back with more from the bleeding edge of AI and TV news. Meanwhile, you can also visit our website, www.zebratruth.com, and download our app to stay informed and stay connected.